Hi, hello Floss Tube. I am Crafty Wolf Designs, and this will be my first floss tube. I probably am going to start off with the Know Your Needle Worker, just hashtag, just so that you guys can get an idea of what I'm about. So question one: where do you live? I live in Manteca, California. What do I do for a living? I am an apprentice dog groomer. So I don't do full body hair trims, but I do bathe them and I do brush them. So I'm learning how to trim the hair, but I can't do them myself. Do I have any children? No, but I have two fur babies. They're two bonded rescues. The two cats, one's named Hank McCoy and the other one's named Freya. My other hobbies besides stitching are I knit, I crochet, I make costumes, I make needle minders, and I make scale bracers. Ooh, crap. Let me stop this, and I forgot to grab the bracers to show you. Give me just 1 second. Let me pause it. Alright, I'm back. So the bracers actually look like this. Now bear in mind the pins here actually is going to have thread like this or ribbon like this to tie it up. It's just for this mannequin it's too small, so I had to pin it closed. So yeah, that's the bracers. Yeah. I make these with this and also just a basic bracer size too. Yeah. Ribbons and cats. They love to play with ribbon. Alright. What is my favorite movie? Would probably be Howl's Moving Castle. I can always put that on when I'm feeling really, really bad, and it always makes me feel great. Hayao Miyazaki movies are just amazing in themselves. I really do like the idea that all of his characters, even if they're supposed to be playing the villain, they're not necessarily fully evil, and there's actually a stem story of the reason why their motivation for this, and they're not truly and utterly evil. It's as a play off of everybody. Everybody isn't truly evil or truly good. We're all just a combination of both, and all it means, and this is your decisions in life are what make you either good or bad, or it's not you that's good or bad, it's your decisions. What is my favorite TV show? It's probably Full Metal Panic. It's another anime. It's a mech anime that's absolutely hilarious, but and the later seasons gets quite in depth and quite serious. What is my favorite book? My favorite book would probably be a trilogy named Deeds of Paxenarian by Elizabeth Moon. I have yet to find a female character that is full fleshed out, and a strong female character that is fully fleshed out as the main character in Deeds of Paxenarian. What is my favorite music? Currently right now, because my favorites fluctuate from time to time, and I pretty much like everything. Right now it's musicals, and I'm obsessed with Hamilton, the musical. So if you're a fan of Hamilton, then all power to you. I really like it because it gives you a small backstory on the Founding Fathers, especially, well, Hamilton, on not all of it's true, but of course, but it gives you a really good idea on Hamilton and his life. And one word that best describes me is probably creative, considering like I have a serger, I have a sewing machine, any craft thing, I've probably tried it. I'm not saying there aren't any craft things that I haven't tried, because there are a lot of different random crafts. But yeah, probably creative, because if I'm not creative, if I'm not creating something, I'm not happy. All right, so let's get to my one FFO, the whips I have, and I have one pattern kitted up. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. All right, so my one FFO I was a wedding sampler that I made for two really good friends. It's a pattern, it's a Vera K pattern, which was made in 1989. I believe it's discontinued, but I don't have a picture currently that I can show you, like right here. So what I'll do is I'll try and figure out how to do video editing and add a picture here. And then so it was pretty much, I had a lot of fun with it. I completely changed the entire color scheme of the pattern because it was very dated colors, at least for me, I think. And so I changed that, and the couple's wedding was all red, white, and blue colors, so I made the entire wedding sampler red, white, and blue. And then I went to Michael's and got it framed. So, and it was actually a lot of fun. I would definitely make it again. I don't think you can get it again. If you can find it, then I would suggest there's two quotes that you can use. You can either use a quote by Sir Walter Scott, and you can also use a quote that's by the Corinthians. It's the love is kind, love is patient, love is not jealous or boastful. Continue. Well, that's my finished piece. I had a lot of fun with it. It wasn't that difficult, surprising. I think the most difficult part were the sparkly piece, the sparkly thread, the Krynic sparkly thread that I used for their names. And honestly, after doing it, I think you could do it in a regular color and it wouldn't make that much of a difference. So you could also do that too. All right, now to my whips. My partially finished. This is one of my finished cross stitches. I was lucky enough to get accepted into the Facebook group Test Stitchers. I don't remember what the Facebook group is, and I don't know if it's still private anymore, but it's done by a wonderful lady who does patterns. Her company's name is Cross Stitch for Everyone, and she puts out amazing patterns. I pretty much did this cross stitch, and this was I would say I did this in about like a month, which is insane. It usually takes me a lot longer. And this is on a 28 count Gothic linen, I believe. And you can't really tell. I'm not sure if you're going to really be able to tell in the video, but I tried to make sure that this horn of this unicorn is sparkly. So I use Krynic sparkle thread for that. Oh, and I forgot the name of the pattern. Wow, sorry, pardon me. The name of the pattern is called Do You Believe? I will also link her Etsy site in the doobly-doo. So if you're interested at all in her patterns, definitely go there, see what and see all of her patterns. Her patterns are amazing. A good amount of them are full coverage, but it's probably about half and half, full coverage and partial coverage. So even if you don't like full coverage, she has patterns for you. So I definitely suggest to look at her site. So this is the pattern, or this is the cross stitch. hoping you guys can get an idea of it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. I spent all of my framing budget on the wedding sampler. So this will hopefully get framed soon. It's just, I need to get some more money before I can frame it, unfortunately. So this guy's just going to have to wait a little bit, unfortunately. All right, so this is my current project I'm working on. Bear with me. I have to take it out of the Q-snap and move some needle minders. Now this one, yet again, is a piece by Cross Stitch for Everyone. And this one is Music by Muka. So if you're aware of the artwork by Muka called Music, you'll be aware of this. Now, I'm just going to put an advisory. If you have any kids or anything, you might not want them to see what this pattern looks like, because this lady is topless. So just a heads up, I have covered her bits. I have covered up her bits, but I just want you to get an idea of what the full piece will look like, and then I will show you my progress on it. So just a heads up, if you have any kids, this image is going to be topless, so if you do have kids, you might want to have them leave the room for just a couple seconds. So this is the piece. Is Muka, or is Music by Muka. It's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So that is the image. That's the piece by Muka, and this is my progress on it. Are you getting it? Well, alright, so that's my progress on it. I absolutely love this piece. Whenever I stitch this piece, I lose track of time, and it's already 5 o'clock and I've started at 10. So yet again, and this is also another piece by Cross Stitch for Everyone. So if you're interested in this pattern, actually I don't know if she has this on her shop, but I will still link her her Etsy site in the doobly-doo. So that is my progress on her. All right. Now my next now this is my next whip. My next whip is if you're familiar with WoW, this is Sylvanas, who is awesome. And so it's a pattern made by Dusky Stitches on Etsy. I will also link Dusky Stitches shop in the doobly-doo. But I want to show you an image of the finished piece. And then I will show you the other piece. I'll show you my progress on it. Yeah, she's amazing. And beautiful and gorgeous and badass. Yeah. And I do have to say, I really do like how Dusky Stitches has put together all the patterns. They're very, very well put. They're put together very, very well. Give me just 1 second. Oh no, I need to find a needle minder for this guy. Okay. Haven't done much, but give me just 1 minute. I do not want to lose a needle. So give me Just one second. All right. And this is my progress so far on her. Not that much, but it's getting there. And this is 14 count Aida. It is a lot stiffer than linen or even weave, but I don't really have that much of an issue with Aida. Like, yes, it's stiffer, but I guess since I use Q-snaps, it's not that big of an issue. I guess if I was stitching in hand, I probably wouldn't like Aida, but since I have a Q-snap, I don't have to deal with the fabric. I can just put it through the Aida and it's completely fine. Alright, so my next whip is this, which is called Wisdom, and it's by Joan Elliott, and it's a Design Works pattern. Here is the finished pattern and what it'll look like. Absolutely gorgeous geisha. And this is my progress on it. Now bear in mind there's going to be threads all over because I took out some of these needle minders to use somewhere else. So, and that's her. I probably will start doing the back stitching so then I'm not stuck with doing back stitching after I finish the entire project, because I really don't like back stitching. I understand it makes a piece 10 times better, but usually I do the back stitching after the piece of work, and I hate it because I already know I'm done with it. I just have to do all these lines and it's frustrating. So I'm going to try and do the back stitching within the project in pieces, so maybe I won't hate it as much. Alright, and then my last whip is Celestial Dragon by Teresa Wensler. So this is the finished piece. You may have seen, if you follow any of the cross-stitching groups on Facebook, you might have seen a couple of these finished off. This image is not doing it justice at all, because it's not even showing all the beads that go on it that make it just amazing. And I'm doing this one, I believe it's on a 28 count even weave. And this is about all I have done. It's just part of the border. Let me get a better picture when the thread is not completely in the way. Alright, and that is my last whip. I do have a piece that has been, I have kitted up that I probably will be starting hopefully soon. Now this is a piece that I got, I think, my mom gave it to me as a Christmas gift, I believe 3-4 years ago, and when she got it to me, I immediately after that I moved to Oregon, so I stopped stitching for a good couple years. But now that I've found the pattern and I found the fabric, I'm gonna start stitching it. So let me get the fabric out. Yeah, because me and my mom went to the one L&S. Currently in Manteco, I don't have any L&S's near me. The only L&S that's near us is Needle and Haystack, and that's about 2 hours away. So it's a little difficult for me to go to an LNS. So usually most of my patterns I get are either through Amazon, Etsy, or online. So, all right. So this pattern is Skeleton Crew. I believe a couple floss tubers are starting this currently right now. I'm not sure, but this is what it looks like. Actually, I'm gonna take it out of the plastic. I'm gonna get a better idea of the image. Alright, and I'm doing it on a 32 count Belfast linen called Haunted by Colorscapes. And it looks a lot bluer in the video, but it's like a blue-green. It's kind of like a sea color, I think. But yeah. So I'll be doing it on that, since that's all kitted up. Now that's all of my current progress of all the whips and what I have. I think I also will end with a suggestion for another floss tuber. What I would suggest is stitching shadows. She does a little more of like a vlog idea. So what she'll do is she'll video whatever she's stitching currently and give you a quick update on what she's stitching, and then she'll have little excerpts of that, and sometimes she'll actually will talk on the video. But I would definitely suggest her. She has an amazing attitude, and all the patterns that she is currently working on I really want, but I have a budget. So I can't get all of them. I can't get all the patterns I want, because if I got all the patterns I want, I wouldn't have food to have the house over my head and food to eat. So unfortunately, I have to have a budget. So there's that, and thank you so much for spending the time watching my video. Thank you so much. This is Crafty Wolf Designs, and I hope that you will have a great day.